G'day, my name's Jim, and today I'm going to be checking out some ultrasonic cleaners. I'm going to be testing two different size cleaners, a 3 litre and a 30 litre, on rusty metal, grease and oil covered metal, muddy blood damaged electronics, and soiled cloth material. So stick around, because something's bound to catch on fire sooner or later. G'day, my name's Jim. A few weeks ago, a wall of water washed away my town, drowning 22 people in their own homes and cars. People woke up in the middle of the night with water around their beds, 20 minutes later the top of their door frames. The water was so deep it went over the roof of my house, wiping out everything we own. On top of that, the insurance company told us to get stuffed. This is the story of me and my missus trying to rebuild our life from scratch. So for the longest time I've wanted one of those fan-dangled fancy cleaning machines, but could never really justify spending the cash on one, and there was always something more important. However, with everything I own either in the garbage dump halfway to New Zealand or covered in mud, seems like a pretty good excuse that I should buy one. So the first thing is, how do you choose an ultrasonic cleaner? Well, if you're like me, I have no fucking clue. So I picked mine by buy price, location, feedback score, and with a combination of all those I chose a 30 litre and a 3 litre, and both of them were from Vivo, or however the fuck you pronounce that, which was not on purpose, it was just what was available in my price range. Cheap. Both cleaners include a couple of wire baskets. The bigger one came with a tap and a hose to help empty it, while the 3 litre you have to pick it up and carry it to the sink and dump out all the crap that's in it and then stick the whole thing underneath the tap and wash it all out. Like, it's light enough, I guess, but surely there has to be a better way than sticking this whole electrical device underneath the kitchen tap to wash it out. The first thing is the size is total bullshit. My 3 litre is actually only 2 litre, and I'd say my 30 litre is probably only 20 litres. So wherever possible, check the size really carefully, or get a couple of sizes bigger than what you think you might actually need. So the second piece of advice I'd have is to try and put your liquid in hot. It took over 90 minutes for this little one to turn 15 degrees Celsius ambient temperature water into 50 degrees. And the larger one took pretty much almost the same time. So you're not going to be making a cup of tea with this thing anytime soon, put it that way. While I'm on a roll, third thing that pisses me off about these things is there's nowhere to put the basket. Like when you buy a fish and chip fryer, you got somewhere to stick the basket. With this thing, you don't. It is such a pain in the ass because you end up sitting it on top and all the shit runs down the side, leaving the machine all dirty and grease runs everywhere. It's either that or you got to find somewhere to stick the bloody thing, and I don't know about you, but I barely have enough room for the machine and the crap I'm trying to clean, let alone finding somewhere to sit this basket down that it's able to drain as well. Now, the fourth and final thing on my list is the sound. It is horrendous, and it is so fucking loud. So here is the big purchase of the week. If any bastard is anywhere near you while you are doing this, be prepared for them to whinge and bitch and carry on, because you can't watch TV if this thing's in anywhere near the same room. In fact, when I've got one of these things going at the other end of the house, I can still hear it. So that's how loud these fucking things are. I've been putting lids on them, I've put rubber strips around them, I've done all kinds of bloody things to try and quiet them down, and they're just absolutely horrendous. So do Cheap Ultrasonic Cleaners work? Well, depends. Depends on what you're trying to clean and what you're trying to clean it with. By all means, these are not miracle devices. So, after a couple of weeks of experimentation, I've come to the following conclusions. The best combination of fluid and objects are hard surfaces like metals. What I found works really well is dishwashing machine powder to remove mud, dirt, grease and oil from tools that have been under the flood water, and I found that it does an amazing job, only second to, a scrubbing brush and a high pressure cleaner. The next combination I find works best with this thing is hot vinegar on rust. So once you get to about 30 degrees Celsius, the vinegar just goes ape shit. It turns the rust into this black powder. It's a total bastard to get off your hands and clothes. Ask me how I know that. After soaking rusty tools in vinegar, chucking them into this thing with some dishwashing detergent gets them absolutely spotless. But you need to put oil on them straight away or they'll just rust instantly. Third best use for one of these things would be cleaning circuit boards. I use some dishwashing powder to remove mud from the electronics that have been under the flood, and then I use circuit board cleaner after that, and I just couldn't believe how well these came up. This stuff just rips through the bloody thermal paste like you wouldn't believe, and the amount of shit that came off all these surface mounted electronics was just bloody incredible. Things that didn't work well were some soft plastics like power cords or rubber grips on the top of this sander. I also found that if you overlap any pieces or if you overload the machine, it just does not want to clean them. The less shit you put in it, the better it works. Now remember how I told you about that black crap that was left behind after soaking my tools in vinegar? Well, this is the Mrs. Good Angora Cardi, or whatever the fuck. It somehow ended up in my rag barrel, and then one of the boys gave it to me to clean my tools with. Yes, I'm that stupid. Well, we had just been through a flood, and I thought, well, it was something my mum had probably tried to save, and for whatever reason it failed inspection, then was given to me as a rag. However, when hers indoors sees me using her good Cardi to clean my tools with, Shakespeare might actually say, the shitteth hit the fanneth. So WTF, the machine is filled with clean hot water and I chuck in some dishwashing powder and in goes the sweater. About 20 minutes later I realised no matter how long this thing stays in here, it is not going to clean. In fact, the water never even changed colour. So I believe my premise is sound that the harder the object, the better the ultrasonics, or at least these cheap ultrasonics, work. So, do you absolutely need a cheap ultrasonic cleaner? Well, if you need to clean jewellery or metal or things like tools or car parts, this thing would be fantastic. Works amazing if you put the right shit in it. Or if you want to clean circuit boards and things like that, again, if you put the right liquid in it, fantastic. However, if you want to clean plastic, rubber or Angora sweaters, I would say you might have to stick with doing them the old-fashioned way. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Look, as you know, we lost everything in a giant flood and at the same time I'm battling bowel cancer. If you want to help us out, there's links in the description below. But if you're broke like me, I get $1 for every 1,000 views from YouTube. So like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to watch tomorrow's video. Oh, and watch one of these. One of those right there. Yeah. Watch that one. That one's really good. I swear.